Hello, Lakers fans. This is Wilson. As always, I'm joined by three of my prestigious co-hosts, Jason Big Mitch Mitchell, Vito Hill, and David Galvez. Hopefully, Shane Murray is able to join us in progress. There's a Skype is turning into Microsoft Teams, I think, tomorrow. And so it's causing
Damn.
great problems as we try to get this episode off. But hopefully, Shane's able to find a way to get in here. But
He's not a part of the he's not a part of the Teamsters, Wilson.
he's not a teamster.
No,
So,
no.
but yeah, man. Basically, the Lakers obviously are they're the 3 seed. They'll be facing the Timberwolves in the first round of the playoffs, and we're going to break it down from top to bottom. I think the series will start on
Saturday.
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 Saturday. Saturday, okay, yeah, Saturday. Um,
But the
but
play-ins tomorrow, correct?
yeah, playing starts
Mhm.
tomorrow.
Yeah,
So right
playing
now
tomorrow.
it's Monday night. But yeah, man, I just want to get
Hey,
everybody's take on on the series, and then just kind of recap the season also. Um, but I guess we should just really just dive right into the series. Or should we start with with the recap of the season? What you got to say, Gal? What you got something to say? No.
No.
Yeah. Okay. What you guys want to go? You guys want to recap the season first, or dive right into the Lakers and the Timberwolves?
Um, I mean, just a quick recap. 50-win season. That's awesome. Third seed. That's great. JJ, especially with JJ being a first year coach. The team going through. Man, the team actually went through a lot of changes. Like it doesn't. I don't. I barely remember D'Angelo being on this team, but D'Angelo Russell was on this team and a starter for this team to begin the season. So to
what
go
about
through all the
Cam?
changes, and first year coach, 40-year-old superstar, shit, 50 wins, top seed in the West. Hey man, that's pretty good. I'll take that.
Yeah, Galvez.
I I can see why people hate the Lakers. I can see why we have like we're the most hated franchise in all of basketball, probably top three in sports. I mean, we go from having if you would have told us from when we did our first podcast, hey, we're gonna go into the playoffs as a third seed. All right, great. But we're not gonna have AD. We probably would have thought, all right, injured. No, it's because we got fucking Luka Doncic and we kept Austin Reeves, who's turned into probably the for sure top three, for sure third option in the NBA for sure. So I mean the rich just keep getting richer, you know. So shout out to um, what's his name, Rob Pelinka, who's kind of like adjusted on the fly every year. He's never stayed put. He's always tried to, make trades. Some have worked, some haven't. But shout out to Rob Pelinka.
Shout out Rob Palenka. Vito, Vito's mic is muted. Okay. Well, so
No, no, I'm here. I'm here. I'm here. Great season. Great season. Shit, I, I'm a JJ fan, but I didn't think that he'd be this successful this early. So I got to give him that. Um, Well, it remains to be seen about the success that we'll have in the playoffs. The only two players that really have real playoff success, not only experience but success, I think are only two of our starters, correct? Which is Luka, who went to the finals last year, and LeBron, who's a multiple champion and MVP. So it remains to be seen how the youngsters will step up.
Well,
And
wasn't Rui on the playoff team that went to the Western Conference Finals?
Yeah.
yeah, but I don't. Was he really was he present? Like, what did I don't remember Rui being a presence in that playoffs. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm tripping. But I mean, like success and experience is what I said.
Yeah,
So
yeah, for sure. Yeah.
but it remains to be seen. Again, I love that. I love the momentum that Austin's bringing into the playoffs. So man, if he could just build on that, the man can he'll go from top three to number one, third option in the league. So it's a good outlook right now for the Lakers. I'm not going to say Lakers in five. I won't say that. That's the gag, not even gag, but that's just the thing going on right now. The theme is Lakers in five, bro. So I still think, you know what, I ain't even gonna say it. I won't even say it, Mitchell. I won't even say it. But just know that I like the direction that the Lakers are going in, and we brought a lot of momentum into the playoffs. So I can't wait for Saturday, bro. I really, really can't wait. I think that if we play the way that we played to end the season, we'll destroy the Timberwolves. But again, I've always called the young man from the Timberwolves the young MJ. So we'll see how we contain him. And that's it. That's my take, bro.
Yeah, man. Go ahead, Mitch.
Hey, Antho, do you remember what we predicted at the beginning of the season? Like each
I
of
don't.
us? Do you remember?
No.
Oh yeah, I remember. Oh yeah.
Wait, what did y'all predict? I mean, what do
I
we
don't
predict?
remember.
Oh, you don't remember anything, huh? Well,
I
I'll
don't
go
know.
back and look.
I think we all pretty much had the same rules, like try to avoid the play-in and just try to be healthy going into the playoffs. But obviously, we never in a million years thought we would trade AD.
Yeah,
So it kind of,
I think I predicted AD MVP.
Yeah. But the way that he started out, he was on an MVP fucking level, dude.
Was.
Fuck. And then we also were like, let's try to avoid the Nuggets, but right now, the way we're constructed should bring them on too, right?
I think so. Oh, if
What about you, Shane? What do you think, Shane?
Oh, dang.
yeah, fuck Shane.
the
Elliott.
only thing,
I agree. I agree, Shane. I agree. Shit. I
the
agree.
only thing that worries me about the Nuggets is Jamal Murray just turns into like fucking
He
We got to
does.
make
prime
sure we're up
energy.
like
Like
20.
God,
He
Jesus,
does
and
turn into
he just like
another animal in the
kills
playoffs.
Turns
us in
into
the
prime
fourth
MJ or
quarter.
what?
Yeah, bro. Like he just kills us in the fourth quarter always. He hits game winners. He hits yeah, just
It's
I
Because
don't
he,
ridiculous.
know.
he plays off he plays off a joker, bro. Like that two-man game is clutch, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah. I really wish Shane was on this episode because we were going back and forth all week about um kind of ties into going into the series where it's like he just wants to like play just like me and Mitch were kind of like not that we want to take the easy way, but we just
Oh
want
yeah,
to
I
win,
remember
bro.
that.
And
Right.
if that means playing all the easy teams, then F it, you know. But you know,
The Lakers they got a good bracket, if you will, right? They got a good
yeah,
Exactly.
they got a good
Yeah.
path.
Very favorable bracket for sure.
very.
I was terrified that we were going to get Golden State in the first round. I was watching that game, they played against
Right?
the Clippers, and I'm watching that like, and I'm just I was so excited. It almost seemed like a victory in itself that we don't have to play them. And so now it sets up. We got this Minnesota team that they were down and they started playing better
Boy,
about
go. Hurry up, nigga. You went on. Ooh, excuse me, y'all. Jesus. I'm driving.
about
I'm sorry about that. I almost hit
about
somebody.
about a month
Jesus
ago they
Christ.
started playing, or a little bit more than that. They started
Oh my
playing.
God.
They were playing. That was like when they were playing their best ball of the season. And then lately they've been. I think they won like 7 out of 8. But if you look at it on paper, I mean, it's Luka, it's Ron, it's Austin. And then if you go second round, well, I mean, it's going to be Houston and probably Golden State. You'd have to think it, in that series, we get the winner of that one. And I think Golden State, see, in the second round, it it'll be the worst time to face Golden State is right now because this is as fresh as they're going to be, you know.
Right.
And so, they're going to get all these days off. Well, not for them, I guess, but not as many days off. But still, though, you want to face them earlier, we want to face them later rather than earlier because they got older guys. Draymond was up there saying that we're not senior citizens, but he, Jimmy, and Curry are all 35 and older. You know,
Yeah.
so we have a prime Luka Doncic at 26 years old. So then you have a Houston team that if Houston wins one playoff round, that's probably already a success for them because they weren't even in the play-in last year, right?
Right.
And you look ahead, well, you look at OKC in the conference finals, but we just I mean, we just had our way with OKC 2 Sundays ago, and then the game 2 days after that, we were right neck and neck before Luka got ejected. So you look at all those things, and you go ahead and you look at Boston or Cleveland. We played Boston, beat the brakes off them the first time. The second time we played them close. So there's nobody that you look at and go. I mean, like we said, Golden State, and it's funny because Mitch said it. Mitch said it, and then like a month later, when they beat us that game more recently here, you saw it. What they bring in that matchup with us, but so it's kind of breaking in the Lakers' favor. But yeah,
Because I mean, yeah, you look at the bracket, it's like the 4-5 matchup. One, like either the Nuggets or the Clippers are gonna have a first round exit,
mhm.
and then they'll probably have to play OKC. And so, I mean, I feel like we match up really well with OKC. I don't give a care what anybody says. Man, yeah, this really broke in our favor. So I mean, in the next round, provided that we take care of business and we beat the Wolves, we're either going to play the Rockets, the Warriors, or the Grizzlies. So it's like,
Yeah.
I like our odds.
Are we kind of not that we were worried, but we kind of grateful. I kind of wanted to see us play the Clippers finally for once in a playoff series, but I don't
That
know,
would have
man.
been, yeah.
A healthy Kawhi and a
Mhm.
rejuvenated James Harden would have been pretty tough.
It would have been interesting. I think we match up well with them, but yeah, I would have loved to match up with them in the playoffs and just really shut Clipper fans up. How awesome would
It's
that be?
it's crazy that we've never played them in the playoffs.
Well, they suck.
Crazy, right?
I mean,
And even
and
when they were really good, we were trash.
exactly.
Lob City, we were.
What a flip.
Yeah.
And now both teams are pretty good. So that's who knows? Who knows? Maybe we could see them in the conference finals. Maybe they'll take care of OKC and the Nuggets.
Would you rather them lose in the first round, Lakers, or lose to Clippers in the Western Conference Finals?
Us lose to the Clippers?
Yeah.
Us losing the first round or losing the conference finals. Is that what you're saying, Galvin?
Oh,
Yeah.
fuck me. I'd rather lose in the first round. Fuck
Right?
that.
Yeah, I would not live that down with the Clippers.
Hell nah. All the stupid Clipper fans will come out the woodworks again.
Everybody will turn into Clipper Daryl.
Oh, we run LA. I told y'all. Hell no. No way. No shot.
What else happened this season? So, another thing, Luka has been last 6 or 7 games. He's really been his efficiency has been on an uptick. And he seems to be locking in the playoff form. And I went through it in that little solo monstrosity I did. But yeah, he's been shooting a lot better recently, and and he was shooting like 40% in his time with us. And I was shooting it's up to like 44%. It's typical 37, 38% from three. So he seems to be locked in. Obviously, Austin's playing great. LeBron doing what LeBron does. So you know,
And then the rest too, like we got over a week rest, right?
Yep.
We clinched on Friday.
Yep.
And then LeBron was out for a few games, and we were able to keep steady. So, I think hey, when we traded for Luka, everybody said this year was going to be kind of like, let's see what we can do, let's see what we can build. Like, let's just try to, keep it respectable. But hey, everything broke in our way where we are legit contenders. Like it went from, all right, let's see what we can do. Hopefully we can make some noise, to where I think we'd be legit disappointed if we don't make it to the finals.
At least to the finals. What the heck? Yeah, I think so.
I wanted to add. Okay, I have a question. So in that Lakers Mavs game, in Dallas, Luka's return. I saw something that was interesting after the game. I was looking at YouTube. They were asking AD, about the game and about Luka's return and all this stuff. Did you
Mm-hmm.
did you see it? Did you see this, Mitch? And
Um,
right, but he goes at one point he goes. He's talking. I think he was talking about Luka. He was talking about Luka playing off of Bron. Or he might have been talking about Bron playing off of Luka. And Bron, he goes, playing off of Luka and Austin Reeves, right? And somebody in the comments said him calling Austin Reeves by his full government name is crazy, right? Because you think these guys have played together for years. It sounds like a little bit too formal. Do you think? I mean, I know you didn't. You said you didn't see it or hear it, but is that something that comes off as like kind of strange to anybody else that he would call Austin Reeves and not AR, not Austin? Because that to me was a little strange. I thought that they were tight.
I mean, not really, because I call Shane Murray by his government name all the
That's what
time.
I was. Yeah, I was thinking that we all do. I was thinking that like maybe okay, yeah, maybe that's the thing. That's how they. That's just
Yeah.
how they kick it, like that. So
Because did you see? Did you see him and Austin after the game?
yeah,
Austin ran to give him a big ass hug. So
right. But see, at
you know,
first, and I know Austin loves him, but see, at first,
right, right.
they said that he was coming because when they showed the clip at first, they said that AD was going to the locker room and then he came back out to greet Austin Reeves. What it really looked like is AD, where I mean, he was walking back, he walked back on the court, and Austin came out of nowhere and just gave him a big bear hug. Now, of course, AD
Yeah,
reciprocated, but who knows, man? Maybe it was more of a one-sided. Maybe AD just looks at him like a cool coworker or whatever, and they weren't really boys like that. Who knows? I don't know. But it was,
I don't know, man. But if AD's mad at anybody, he should be mad at he would be mad at LeBron. LeBron's the one that traded him, so you
Or
know.
maybe even if he didn't, the fact that LeBron was just very like, I had nothing to do with it. I didn't even know about it. I found out
The
when I was
fact
at
that
the
he lied
restaurant.
about it after.
Every and everybody, the truth will always come out. The truth will always come out. So
Did you guys catch it? How freaking Marcus Morris basically kind of like let the cat out the bag a little bit.
what do you say?
So Marcus Morris was on I forgot where he was on. Was it
first
first
take,
take?
I think,
Was first take?
yeah, with Stephen A.
Yeah, yeah. He was on first take or whatever, and they were asking him about his brother, Markeith. And he was like, yeah, it was a wild trade and blah blah blah. And then he was like, yeah, LeBron asked for Markeith in the trade. And then and I saw on Instagram, so so funny enough, I saw the quote, right? Like I saw Marcus Morris says that LeBron asked for Markeith in the trade. I didn't put it together. But then, a couple scrolls later, I see Michelle Beadle and her crew, Lou Williams and Chandler Parsons, and she's like, yeah, if LeBron didn't know nothing about the trade, how could he ask for Markeith in the trade? And I was like, damn.
Mind blown.
I was like, damn, Marcus burned it. He burned LeBron on that one, huh? Jeez. Yeah.
Yeah, it just like to not even like, bro, and then Rich Paul, who's LeBron's agent,
And
right?
he's
Like
and he's AD's agent too.
and that's what I'm saying, and he's AD's agent. There's no way LeBron.
Like
Yeah, see, and it just makes him look worse. Like it
shady.
just makes him look fake. Like, come on.
80.
It's funny because he is constantly lying. He's like he never
Yeah.
tells the truth about anything.
No.
But
It's like
Late cap strikes
when
again,
he
huh?
reads. Yeah, it's like everything. Like it's like the book. Remember when they asked him about the book that he was reading, and he didn't know what to say because they asked him about it. He always has a book, and it's always like on the second page or something.
yeah,
Yeah.
how you guys feel about Isiah Thomas saying that Brian needed to get fined for working out with his shirt and a do rag before
That
the
was
game?
weird. That was kind of weird,
Only
right?
only if it would have been right if it wasn't LeBron hours before. That shit wasn't like minutes before the fucking game with the
Yeah, it
crowd.
wasn't like pregame. It was like
Yeah,
Yeah,
hours, bro. Like who
yeah, it
cares?
wasn't like it wasn't an official shoot around, or it wasn't like pregame. Uh,
yeah,
like he's literally just like, I mean, if anything, he's like working out. It's just, he's LeBron, so he gets to work out in the actual, in the actual arena. You know what I mean?
yeah.
So it's like,
If
yeah, I
anything,
mean,
just if anything, question the cameraman, dude, or
yeah,
whoever was the one that had to put that out there. Because
yeah.
normally,
Question them for recording LeBron, like in
yeah,
his,
like what was the point of that?
because I'm
And
sure
it's
he
not
does.
the first time.
Yeah, it's not exactly. It's not like this is his first time doing that. I'm pretty sure he said he always does that.
He does.
So
So
it's,
we
yeah,
never saw Kobe working out. Well, we know Kobe working out all the time. We never saw Kobe with his
yeah.
shirt off working out.
I
I
don't
mean,
think
but that's just the
Kobe was one of
that's a,
them.
it's not a big deal, bro. That's a personal preference, man. Like
It
let's get
is.
over that,
It
bro.
is.
Come on, man.
Yeah,
There's a per- there.
if this was in the
Look,
layup line, you know, 10
Yeah.
minutes before
yeah,
kickoff,
man. Come on. This ain't no, bro. This isn't no PR stunt from the NBA because honestly, why would the fuck would the NBA even allow the cameraman or whoever the cameraman was to film that and put that out there, bro? Like, come on. Let's be real.
But
Like,
bro,
let's be.
e- even if there was just like fans in the arena already, like that's different. But there's nobody around. It's just
yeah,
him and the
this was
friend, his
probably
rebounders.
hours before. This was probably
Yeah,
hours
But,
before.
5 hours before.
but you could tell when it was too. It was hours before anybody was
Of
in
course
there,
it
man.
was.
Yeah.
That's why he.
Let me
But that's
guess.
why he had his
Let
shirt
me
off.
guess, Wilson. Let me guess. You side with Isaiah, right?
No, I don't think. I think like Vito said, it's just a personal preference that he likes to work out with his. He does that in practice too. He'll be
Wait
shirtless
a
in
minute.
practice.
He does do
What
that
about
at
the
practice.
NFL? What about the NFL players, dog? Them motherfuckers come out shirt off
Yeah.
and all type of shit, bro. When it's and full the arena's full by now. People come out for their pregame warm up, shirts off. Like, come on, man. Let's come on, Isaiah, chill out, bro.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
Yeah.
Is that what LeBron was referring to when he said, I got something to say, but I'm just not at this point in my career. It's not worth it." I feel like that's.
Oh, maybe, huh?
I
Maybe
feel like
that's what
that's
he was.
I saw people seem to think that he was, trying to. I was like in defense of JJ or Barkley saying like the talking trash, but I think that's what I seemed like he was in response to was what Isaiah said. And he just
Yeah,
It just makes the old heads look so
yeah.
bad.
This wasn't a good look for the old
So
heads on this one.
no.
Been
um
trying to defend the old heads, and this was a bad look for the old heads on this one.
Yeah. I mean, I could see where they're hating though, because they did not make the money that these guys are making, and of
But
course
like,
there's envy and jealousy, but it's like, come on, man, like if you want to call somebody out for load management, and back in my day we had commercial flights and everybody's chartered now and we didn't sit out, like, okay, that's different, but now you're talking about how a guy warms up hours before the tip off, like, come
yeah,
on.
it's a
Maybe he
little,
didn't know. Maybe he just was speaking right off of like him seeing it live right then and there. He didn't
That
give it
makes
any
it
thought.
worse though.
He didn't give it any thought. He just was looking at it and made an assumption that it was live or it was like pregame. But that's what
And I
I
think
think.
that's
he
the
was also
saddest
like
part.
they should bring back, wearing suits before the game and stuff like that. So I'm sure
I mean,
Isaiah's the type of
I
dude.
don't
He
mind
wants
that.
to
I don't
wear
mind
suits
that.
too.
I don't mind that professionalism. I don't mind that. But to make it mandatory,
Mm.
I
Yeah.
mean,
What about
you
the
know,
I
coaches?
think
What
the
about the coaches?
coaches.
Would you like to see the coaches go back to wearing suits?
Yeah,
suits and
I
cigarettes.
mean, it's a preference again. But if we're gonna speak about professionalism, then I think that's needed. It's dress code
I
is
don't
needed,
know.
bro.
I don't know, bro. I prefer this. I prefer them in the team gear. I like it. Baseball, like baseball managers, they wear they wear they wear a baseball uniform. NFL coaches, they pretty much wear the same type of thing, the team gear. So I mean, yeah. I'm okay.
You want your players to be as comfortable as they possibly can be on game day, and people that don't understand that are the ones that have never played professionally. So that's the main thing that these coaches strive for, are to get their players in the best game mode and mentality possible. And if you're already constructing them and constrict, whatever the word is, that you forcing them to comply to a dress code. I mean, you're already starting off on a bad note, because dude, these players aren't trying to worry about, oh, I gotta get dressed. No, bro, they worried about shit, man. I gotta lock in mentally now. No, bro, that's no. Let's not go back to that. Let's not go back to that. Comfortability is the best.
Yeah. I think that's also the saddest part about Kobe not being here, no longer with us, because he would have been that voice of reason, that gap from the old heads to the new school.
Yeah.
Kind of just what would he think, And I think everybody would really respect, his opinion.
I think so too. I agree.
Right. So, guess we should dive more in depth into the Minnesota series now. And the matchup is, and I was listening to Bill Simmons talk about it with who was it, Ryan Russillo, I think.
Man, Bill Simmons is a fucking Laker hater.
That's true.
I think he pretty much picked he said it felt like a Lakers win in his series. He mentioned that Rudy Gobert, he doesn't see how Rudy Gobert plays in this series because the Lakers like to go small with Rudy at the 5. So, we'll probably won't have to worry that much, because we don't really adjust to bigger teams. We make bigger teams adjust to us, right? So basically, Rudy's not going to be able to get his normal amount of minutes. But they got Nas Reed coming off the bench who's going to stretch the floor. Marcelo also mentioned that, like Julius, he plays bully ball, but he's not necessarily going to be able to bully our guys. That's the thing that Simmons has been saying, is that this Lakers team they're not tall, but they're big, right?
Yeah.
Because you're talking 1 through 4. You got Luka 6'7", Austin 6'5".
Yep.
You got Bron 6'9", Rui 6'8", 6'9", and they're all kind of, they got some weight to them,
Yeah.
So that's not, so even though
they're girthy.
Yeah, that's exactly the term that he used. So not easy to move around. Not easy to move around, and Bron will get down there. They help on the glass. Luka helps on the glass. They're kind of like extra rebounders, So, I mean,
so if they go to what, 8-man rotation, so who's not seeing playing time there? So it would be off the bench for sure. It'll be Gabe Vincent, right?
Mm-hmm.
Vando, and
probably
DFS. Finney Smith.
What'd you say?
No, Dawson's not going to be playing.
No, Dawson's probably not going to play.
No.
But for sure, Gabe and DFS for sure. Simmons was saying he doesn't know if Vando's going to play in this series, but I think he's going to play, right?
Oh yes, there it is. Vando, Dorian Finney-Smith, and Gabe. Those are going to be 3 for sure.
And Goodwin, I think he would be the 9th guy.
Yeah.
But he would also be the guy who would probably, if there's anybody who played during the season who's not going to be in the playoffs, it would be it'd probably be Jordan Goodwin. That's just how it goes. Minnesota have Edwards, Mike Conley. They only have basically an 8. I think it's 8 or 9. Mike Conley is pretty much washed. Like, he's pretty much just out there now. DiVincenzo is their second best guard after Edwards. And then obviously there's Randall and there's Reed and they have McDaniels, they have Nikhil Walker Alexander, they have Gobert. That's pretty much their rotation. So I don't. I don't really. I like this Minnesota team. They've been playing better, but I just think this Lakers team. It sucks, man. You look at the West. You had from seeds 3 through 8, all separated within 2 games. 2
Mm-hmm.
through 8 separated by 4 games, right?
Yep.
So, it's. I don't know if there would be any real shockers between seeds 2 through. But obviously, OKC is going to devour whoever they get, probably. Unless, if it's Memphis, they're for sure going to devour Memphis. If it's Golden State, maybe Golden State could have a chance. But OKC won 68 games, man, and had the highest point differential in the history of the league. So if they don't make the finals, that's going to be disappointing, for them. But as it stands first round, we all like the Lakers over Minnesota. Is that correct?
Yeah.
And how many games? I'll go each person.
5.
Yep.
5. I want to say 5. I feel two here at Staples, and then get a split, and then
boom.
We just gotta hope. We just gotta hope that week layoff they don't come out rusty, and then,
right.
That's kind of the only issue I see with the week off.
But you told me Minnesota can't get 2 games?
No.
They could. Anybody could, but I don't think.
No.
I think Minnesota fuck around and beat the Lakers, bro. If they're gonna be on bullshit, I swear to you.
Well,
my take. That's my take. Lakers better not come out on bullshit.
They're not. We gonna get playoff Luka.
Yeah, and then we'll get the new playoff. What's the kid's name? Shit, he can't. It's like he can't. He's itching to get him a prime time slot. What's the kid's name, man?
Is he? Because
yeah,
shit.
he is. Yeah, he is. He is. Every time I look up, the man is putting up numbers. He's itching for a prime slot.
Yeah, that last game he did, but the game before, the man had 9 points. Vito, like.
Okay, I've seen Luka have a horrible game. I've seen Steph have a horrible game and come back. I'm just saying, he's itching. He's itching, bro. And
Fair point.
We'll see it. We'll see. I just hope that the Lakers don't come out big headed and just handle business.
How many rebounds did he average this season though?
Who?
Anthony Edwards. How many rebounds did he average this season? Does anybody know off top?
Like 5 rebounds?
How many?
5 rebounds.
Is that for sure, or you're guessing?
4.5.
Oh, you're guessing. Hold on. So
somewhere around there, 5.3, something like that.
Stats.
Anthony Edwards, 27.5. He had 5.5 rebounds, 4.5 assists. So he averaged 26, 5, and 4.
No, I'm saying I think that teams are supposed to handle their business at home. So it's not really a big deal if they win 2 at home. But I feel Lakers should dominate at their house at the Staples and take care of business, bro. And if we can go out there in Minnesota, yeah, if we can go to Minnesota and knock them off, that's power to us. But let's just take care of business, gentlemen.
Man, Minnesota can't ever have anything nice because we're definitely gonna win this in 5, man. So sorry to Minnesota, bro. I'm so sorry. My Minnesota brethren. You guys gonna have to take this L.
Yeah, Clippers Nuggets. Who you guys liking that one?
Man, I know Jetta's gonna be at the game too. Damn, it's gonna hurt to have to hurt my boy Jetta's feelings, but we're gonna have to do it. Oh well.
Who you guys like in Clippers Nuggets?
Oof.
That's what
Clippers low
happened. A
key.
lot of people are saying the Clippers are.
I
Basically, a
think
Yeah,
lot of people on the Clippers
Kawhi's
I
bandwagon.
think
playing.
Clippers low key, man. Because I mean, I feel like the Nuggets have been like kind of low key disappointing this year
All right.
in a weird way. Just because like I feel like Joker's had to shoulder so much more of the load. Just with everything. You look at his ending numbers. He was third in scoring in the league. He was third in assists in the league. Third in rebounds, and he was third in steals. Like shit's crazy. Like the all the things that he's had to do for them. But I mean, yeah.
I think Nuggets.
You think Nuggets?
Damn. Yeah, Nuggets.
It's a toss up.
7? Yeah.
This could easily go 7.
Yeah.
I think
I think of all the playoffs, this is probably in the Western Conference. This is the only one that I think can go 7.
It's gonna easily be the closest one. Now it's supposed to be that 4-5 matchup.
the thing that's hurt about the Nuggets is that they've been just in disarray in the season. They fired Mike Malone. They got all type of problems going on. Westbrook appears to be doing Westbrook things there, and I don't mean that in a good way.
Bro, what is happening again? Like
Michael Porter not getting invited to dinners. No?
what? What's happening?
Michael Porter, they asked him something about one of the players. They went on a team dinner, and he was like, "Oh, I don't know, I wasn't invited." It was like
sorry.
super awkward in the locker room.
Dude, what the hell?
Chemistry's, yeah.
What's
They
going
got some
on over there?
And the Clippers are, I mean, they kind of like they have their roster is not really constructed. I mean, ever since they lost Bruce Brown, they haven't been the same. Then they lost KCP on top of that.
Exactly.
They tried to plug Westbrook in there. That was working at one point, but that's when he was starting. Then they started bringing him back off the bench, and it hasn't really been working. And they just don't have as much as they used to have, you know.
Yeah.
And
Why did we give up Zubac? Who do we have to give up? Why did we have to give up?
We got Mike Muscala for it.
Who did that? Magic and Rob? They did that?
Magic and Rob sure did.
I mean, Zubac had a career year. He averaged like 17 and 13, 16 and 12, something like that. You know, so
they were trying to add shooting for LeBron.
Yeah, my issue with the Clippers is that, again, James 35, 36 years old. Kawhi 33, he'll be 34 in July, I think. Like, we're talking about older guys who, I mean, Kawhi is always hurt. You know, that takes years, even though he hasn't played that many games really for his age. When you hurt all the time, it adds years to you, I think. And you know, I don't know, I just don't know if they have enough. If it was James and Kawhi from 2019, 2020, that'd be a different story. Yeah. But at this point in the game, when they're a little long in the tooth, they've been through a lot to be able to think that they're gonna, this is gonna be the year that they make a deep playoff run. And then also the Nuggets have the best player in the series, but they don't really even have a coach. They have an interim coach. Same thing as the Grizzlies. So, but that'll be an interesting series.
Hey, Anthony, real quick, because we were kind of talking about something in the other chat, and we actually the other four of us actually all agreed on something for once. It was actually something to see. Because James Harden, did you hear what James Harden said? He had a quote saying, one day they're gonna appreciate my greatness or whatever.
No, I didn't see it.
Oh, okay. Well, he had a quote saying, one day they're gonna appreciate my greatness. And I was just like, okay, he's probably just mad because we all think that D Wade is better than him. And we actually all agreed that D Wade is indeed better than James Harden. Yeah. So where do you stand on it?
I'm taking D Wade for sure.
Okay,
You said you're taking D Wade as well, Anthony?
Sure.
Easily too. Like I don't,
No, it's James's game just doesn't complement it doesn't complement the team, bro. It's
Yeah,
good
it does.
for
He's more of
the
a me first.
individuality.
Right. He's more of a me first
Yeah.
player. You know,
Yeah,
I mean, everywhere he's gone, he's just come up short. Everywhere he's been, no matter what the
but it's not
situation
gonna win it. It's not gonna win any championships, bro.
is.
Not that type of.
D
It
Wade
could
won.
though. It could though if it had the more pieces around him. But I think he was making too much damn money every team he went to. They couldn't afford to put anybody
yeah,
around him, huh?
Yeah.
exactly.
So
It
So
just sucks though. Like nowadays, it's like it's really not shitting on James Harden. It's more about the greatness of Dwayne Wade.
Yeah,
So some people will take it like, oh, so you're picking Dwayne Wade, so James Harden is trash. It's like, no, he's not trash. He's just not as great as Dwayne Wade.
yeah, James was great. He carried teams in his
Yeah,
prime.
he was really good.
I mean, he was
He
awesome.
was at least the best shooting guard for what, like a good 5 year stretch?
Yeah, for sure.
No questions asked.
No, yeah, no question. But
I definitely wasn't as high on him as you guys. Honestly, I mean, it's just
Who was a
you
better
know,
shooting guard than him in his peak, in his prime? Like like
what years ago?
2000, like 2017 to 2020. Like when he was back when he was on the Rockets. Like who was better than him?
Oh, you know what? I would have taken Clay over him.
Klay Thompson?
Yeah, Clay Thompson. His
Really?
mama
I
called him
mean,
Clay. I'm gonna call him Clay. Yeah, I would have taken Clay over him.
really?
Clay was he's a team player and he played defense. Like it just for me, it was just James Harden's game, bro. He didn't play defense. Like he didn't put and defense is effort, so he didn't put any effort into defense, and then his game didn't translate to the playoffs. Like every single play during the regular season, he's foul baiting, and it's one thing to try to get fouls and try to get teams in foul trouble and get free throws. It's one thing to try to do that, but like he was not trying to score and get fouls. He was only trying to get fouls, and I mean we saw it in the playoffs. He wouldn't get the same calls, and all of a sudden he's clanking shots off the side of the backboard because he's literally just trying to get fouls. I hated his game because like I'm like, bro, you're supposed to be better than this. Like try to make the damn shot. But
Yeah.
you know,
Isn't it like speaking of James Harden and the Clippers, isn't it amazing that you lose probably your best player and you get better? How they let Paul George walk
mm,
and
yeah,
look at how he was in Philly, you know? They
yeah.
dodged the bullet.
I mean, it's probably. I mean, it's one of those situations, man. It's addition by subtraction, basically. That's kind of how. I mean, honestly, that kind of ties into the Lakers, right? I mean, it's like D'Lo. It's like Dorian Finney-Smith is not as good of a player,
hmm
as D'Lo can be. Um, but he definitely fits this team more, and it's just
Yeah.
D'Lo kind of underachieved, and
It was the pouting too, like the pouting and the
yeah,
and the
and it's
I'm on
just
the bench, I'm on the you know.
and then it's like, dude, it's like, I mean, in trying to help D'Angelo be the player that he should be, it was clearly taking away from the opportunities that Austin Reeves has had. Um, and I mean, shit. I mean, I know Austin loves D'Lo as a person, uh,
Yeah.
but I mean, shit. D'Lo leaving was fucking amazing for Austin and his game.
Yeah.
Average 20.
And even
Everything that we asked D'Lo to do, fucking Austin is doing. Uh, average 25 and 5. Like, dude,
yeah.
Austin did it. It's
Yeah.
possible as a third option to have those numbers.
Yeah. And
I
we
mean,
thought his production was going to take a huge hit when we got Luka. We're like,
exactly,
Austin Reeves may not even touch the ball.
bro. And that first game, Austin was like, "Nah, I'm still here." Like Austin put that to bed real quick. Like it was like, oh shit. Like
When LeBron retires,
uh-huh.
he can't be a legit second option, right?
Why the hell not? He might average 25 at that point. Austin Reeves,
You think so? As a
when
legit second option
as
once
a
LeBron
legit
retires?
second option, like bro, I mean, he could average 25. He's just think about it. Just losing D'Lo, he averaged 20.
Yeah.
When LeBron sits out, this fool he goes off.
Yeah. The one thing I do like about Austin is the moment's never too big for him.
Never.
He looks for the ball. He doesn't
Definitely.
shy away from it. Yeah.
He shoots a very high percentage in the clutch, I'm pretty sure. Just saw a whole like video dedicated to it.
Right. So
he's what, 26 now? 25, 26?
Yeah, 26. 26, right? Yeah. So
Nice.
it's like, dude, I mean, man, and he's so cheap right now.
Best contract in the league as far as value goes by far.
I mean, shit. They showed his contract up against Bradley Beal's, and then obviously Austin's numbers versus Bradley Beal's numbers, and I mean, it's like, yeah, no, what a steal, what a steal.
And the fact that we didn't have to give him up for AD, include him in the trade.
Fleeced the Mavericks.
Yeah, he's the most improved player, right? He's got to be the MIP.
I hear they're trying to give it to Cade Cunningham though.
I gave it to Cade, but I had forgotten. I had forgotten something that Austin really did make a big. I mean, I think he had like
huge lead.
It went from 17 to 20, but it seemed like it was a bigger jump than that.
Yeah, no, for real.
Lately,
Yeah.
But,
well, he plays on the Lakers, so he's on ESPN every time. He's on Bleacher. He's getting more shine as a number 3 on the Lakers than
Cade Cunningham is number 1. Hell yeah. That's hilarious.
And that's what people need to understand with the Lakers. Like, it's the same with the Cowboys, it's the same with the Yankees and Dodgers. It's like when you come to LA, your brand just becomes skyrockets. Your shoe sales, your jersey sales, everything. Yeah.
Fucking, I saw a billboard. Fucking Dalton Connect has a billboard, a sponsorship with Lemon Daddy. I was just like, man, crazy.
Yeah. A guy who probably won't even see playoff rotation minutes.
Got a fucking billboard out here in West LA. I'm like, all right, man, that's cool. Fuck it. Hey, get your money. I ain't mad at it.
Is there anything else for us to discuss tonight?
Nope.
That's it.
Bro, what it's so crazy how much the conversation flows without Shane Murray's nonsense. Oh my gosh, what a this was like.
At what point would Shane Murray have derailed us tonight? And what would have been the sticking point for Shane Murray?
As soon as I said the shit about D'Lo, he would what else? He probably would have said some dumb shit about.
When you said Joker was the best player in the series, he would have shot that down real quick.
Easily. I mean,
no.
It's speaking about Joker, actually. Maybe we can kind of go through the awards really quick. I mean, because for MVP, we know it's a 2-man race, but I mean, who do y'all got?
I gave it to Shea. I always had it. I thought Shea should have won last year too. I definitely think he should win this year.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Me too. Honestly, I thought he should have won. I thought SGA should have won last year. I definitely got him winning this year too. I mean, well, not two, but I definitely got him winning this year. There's no way they can deny him this year.
No.
Not with the season that Casey had.
68 wins. The only teams that have won 68 games or more are the 71 Bucks, the 72 Lakers, the 96 and 97 Bulls, and the 16 Warriors. That's it. And now, so that's real rarefied air right there. 68. A lot of teams will get to 67, but 68, almost nobody gets there. And they got there. And like I said, they have the highest point differential in the history of the league. So, you know, I mean,
that's a scary young team for the next few years.
And they got all these picks too.
Yeah, in the next couple years, yeah, they're for sure scary. Not this year though. But you know, I don't know if I was telling you guys or if I just tweeted it or whatever, but uh, the the OKC, the Thunder, and the Rockets this year, they had great regular seasons, right? Like nobody can deny that. They're first and second in the West, right? They had amazing seasons. But they still remind me they remind me of that 60-win Atlanta Hawks team from back in the day. What year was
and I just said that because somebody said that about this Cleveland team. That this Cleveland team, they won like 65 games. They said this Cleveland team is a dead ringer for the 2015 Hawks.
Yeah. Now I think the team that's most like that is the Rockets, because I mean you look at that Hawks team, and right, it's they had a bunch of really good players. They didn't have one like great player.
You don't think Joe Johnson at that time was?
He was just a really good player.
All-star, yeah.
Yeah, he was a really good player. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
See, and that's where this is where Shane Murray would have tried to step in. Oh, Joe Johnson, okay, but
y'all don't remember how good Joe Johnson was?
Oh, man. This man
he was better than Steph Curry.
If just to kind of finish off that point really quick, it's just the Rockets mostly resemble that team for sure. But yeah, I mean the Cavs and the Thunder, they're in that category too, even though they have a great player on their squad. But it's just
I think the East is literally the Celtics and no one else. There's no one even on their level.
Head and shoulders.
I hate to say it, yeah.
I hope not, but we'll see.
Because
I'm hoping somebody can come up with some kind of magic, or the Knicks maybe. I don't know, or maybe the Cavs are for real. I don't know. We're gonna have to see.
Yeah. But this OKC team is also kind of like that OKC team that took the Lakers to 6 back in 2010, where they got really good young players. Just not
young.
yet. They're not. Yeah, they're just not.
Right. Damn, that was KD, Russ, and James Harden though. But I don't know. Well, I mean, we'll see. I do wish Shane Murray was on here, because I had a thought, right? Because he always says that his thing about LeBron is only an athletic freak, right? And that's why like he's not like top anything. Okay. So I wanted to ask him. I thought about like a couple players, but I think the one that just like kind of stuck out was like, ooh, I wonder if he'd say that this person's better than LeBron. I wonder if he would say that Shawn Kemp was better than LeBron. Because a guy like Shawn Kemp was just, I mean, he was just an athletic kind of freak. And like that's all, it's pretty much all he did.
He will for sure say Shawn Kemp was better. He grew up watching Shawn Kemp. Held in high regard.
He would have fell right into the trap too. It's so crazy. Amazing.
Yeah. On that note, though, I think it's time for you to Mitch, say something to an old friend of ours.
Yeah, even though we did not have Shane Murray's nonsense to derail us, somehow his nonsense still kind of derailed us, because we still, brought up his nonsensical talk and stuff that he would have brought up. So sorry, Herbert. Get better at Warzone. We ran out of time.
Sorry, Herbert. Well, good night, goodbye, guys. I forgot the intro, like I said last time. So all I say now is goodbye and go Lakers. Take care.
Lakers in 5.